Hi guys, my name is Hillary and I'm a student assistant at the Hispanic Cultural Center at APSU. And today I just wanted to share with you guys that, of course, we all know what's going on. We all know with the coronavirus, we've all been kind of suffering in our little bubbles, and we continuously are just kind of trying to get through it and trying to stay positive. And of course, we all know about social distancing and how we need to wash our hands. It's literally everywhere. I just wanted to share with you tips that I knew have helped me, not only while in quarantine, but also just overall, like while I'm in college and managing what are now online classes, which is when you're in quarantine, of course, you're gonna wake up anytime you want. And of course, you're going to just do whatever you want, whatever you feel like you want to do, just because you're at home, you're comfortable. But I also just fully support and fully agree with having to start off your morning right. And whether if it's faith or whether it's literally some morning routine, no matter what you do, just always start your morning right. Something that makes you feel happy, something that makes you get your day started, gets you motivated, and gets you moving forward. Also, I think it's really important to get into a routine. So of course, I am used to waking up, washing my face, drinking water, making my bed, eating breakfast, and facing all things and knocking it out from a to-do list. And actually, I have my planner here. This is kind of how it looks like. I do small circles or like boxes, and I check them off as I go. And I think it's really important to maintain a routine, just because we can slack off and we can get lazy just because we're super comfortable and we're in our own little space. Next, I wanted to talk about time management. So of course, with the routine, you need time management. Everything that you do, you need to understand not to spend too much time on it, or not to procrastinate, which is super easy. Literally, I've laid back on my bed and tried to start an assignment for like the past week, and all I've been doing is watching Love is Blind from Netflix. So I think it's super important to do time management, set a certain time for yourself, set a certain goal that you want to get things done in. A time frame is super important. Like for example, you want to dedicate a certain assignment or just something that you want to do for school within a 30-minute time limit, or maybe an hour or maybe an hour and a half. I don't know, however much you would like to study or do your homeworks. Is of course online classes and deadlines. So of course, a whole bunch of classes, all classes have been moved towards online, and I just think that it's very difficult for a lot of majors to continue pursuing their career or finish off this semester on a high note, just because these are online classes and people have different ways to learn and so many other things. But I think it's super important just to continue looking through notes, continue emailing your professors, staying up to date, always check things, because we tend to forget about things when they are online, and you have to actually kind of look for them, and it's not like physically there and you don't physically go to class. So I think for online classes, the most important thing is to email your professors, stay up to date, continuously check your D2L, and check the assignments, the deadlines, super important as well. Make sure that you're knocking those right out of the way, and hopefully there's not a lot of distractions, just because we're all kind of stuck. So last thing is, I think it's super important during quarantine, and it's beside the whole college feel, which is just something personal. As a Latina, I live in a Hispanic household. We all speak Spanish, and I come from a Latin heritage, so I feel like sometimes things are not as easy when it comes to dealing with family and being at home all the time. So I think even though it's beneficial to spend quality time with your family, sometimes it's a little hard if you're not very close with your family, or if you're not really sure how to deal with other situations that you have going on within your face, the issues that you could possibly have been going on and you never really confronted because you were constantly on the go. Now, I think we all should agree that it's a good time to reflect on ourselves, find things that make us feel good, something that can help us with self-care, anything that will help us get through this time, and just enjoy the good out of it. I think it's super special that we can spend quality time with our family, and also go out and spend time with ourselves and go back into the root of things and into the things that we don't really talk about or we don't really think about just because we've always been so distracted. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope this time has been valuable to you, and you guys can take on the tips that I've given you. Now I think we all should agree that it's a good time to reflect on ourselves, find things that make us feel good, something that can help us with self-care, anything that will help us get through this time, and just enjoy the good out of it. I think it's super special that we can spend quality time with our family, and also go out and spend time with ourselves and go back into the root of things and into the things that we don't really talk about or we don't really think about just because we've always been so distracted. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope this time has been valuable to you, and you guys can take on the tips that I've given you.